Do you like my style as philosopher? I'm so sexy. Just kidding. I'm a philosopher. So this is Jana with Reconstructing Philosophy with the Trivium and Natural Law, and today I'm going to talk about the relationship and connection between the Trivium and natural law. So as we know, the Trivium is grammar, logic, rhetoric. And, you know, you're gaining information, you're processing it, and then rhetoric is taking some type of action with that, whether in speech, communicating it, or in other types of behaviors. So with the birth of philosophy, we have these three subjects emerge: ontology, epistemology, and ethics, which correlate with input, processing, and output. So ontology is the study of what is, of existence. And by the way, I'm in a hammock, that's why I'm swinging. I love motion. So we have that first axiom: existence exists. What is what is. And next we have epistemology, which is the consciousness that gains knowledge of what is. Knowledge is like the link between the knower and the known. So we're dealing with the self, the individual consciousness, and we process information. So this is where the branch of methodology comes into place, and that is our process of gaining truth and verification. So lastly, we have ethics, and ethics is about the social domain, because it's not just about me, it's about my interaction with other human beings. So unfortunately, with classical philosophy, we have this entanglement between ethics and politics. Ew. Social ethics, you know, as a product of man-made laws, in which, you know, a few masters get to enslave the rest of humanity with what they want. And this is not good. This is slavery. So in that context, social ethics is a social construct. It's made up. And we must be able to distinguish between ethics and morality. Morality has nothing to do with social ethics. Morality is just what is, as far as what is good and what is evil, what is right and what is wrong. And that can be seen in nature. We can, you know, if we're not socially conditioned and we're clear and unbiased, we can see with our own eyes what is evil and what is good. And so it's natural. It's a natural law. And there's nothing made up, constructed about it. So some people conflate ethics and morality, and, you know, therefore maybe want to learn the trivium as just a tool but not have a moral dimension to it. And that's most likely because they don't understand moral law. They haven't suffered enough in life to realize the cause of suffering. And so with natural law, the cause of suffering is fear and ignorance and confusion, and denial of truth. And on the positive, you know, when we come from love, then we have good and order. So it's very, very simple dynamics, but through the techniques of mind control, you know, it's hard for us to be able to tell. We have to do a lot of interior and inner growth in consciousness, transformation in our consciousness. So also, if we wanted to look at Aristotle's work, because he was a principal person in getting us the roots and foundation for the trivium, for logical grammar. I kind of combine the two because they're inseparable in a certain regard. I go on about that in another article, though. And he had first principles, you know, of grammar, of language, and how it connects to reality, such as substance and attribute. Well, he also talks about, you know, things having a cause and then a final destination. So then we can also see cause and effect. And cause and effects correlate to natural law. So basic principles of reality, you know, go with both logic and morality. And so when we see suffering and evil in the world, I wonder what caused that. You know, we can go to the root. Fear, ignorance. You know, people don't realize that this is wrong. You know, knowledge recognizes it's wrong, and then knowledge can stop it. So in making those decisions is part of the output rhetoric of the trivium, which is wisdom. And that's a place where Aristotle got wrong. he considered theoretical knowledge, which is discussed in metaphysics, and these first principles of logical grammar to be wisdom itself. And then he saw the practical sciences, practical knowledge is to be connected with occupation, as in the servile arts, what you do for a living. And so by dissociating these two, he's saying that knowledge is wisdom, and that's not true in this context we're speaking of, because to know the difference between right and wrong isn't good enough. You got to act. You got to do what's right. And so practical knowledge should be the result of theoretical knowledge. We're learning all of this philosophy for a reason, for the good. The good is the teleological endpoint, the final destination that Aristotle talks about. So with the trivium, you have the beginning as far as your axioms and your premises, your grounding in first principles, and then you have your end in action in doing the good. And okay, I'm just going to end it there for right now. But I have so much more to say, and I will break this up in shorter videos in the future. I love you guys. Bye.